I cannot tell you now because these people are, look, our language, but they are the cream of calculation. They are intelligent, but they only do it for the wrong reason. That's the sad part. Very sad that these are, I mean,
Boss man, I
legally,
cite you. I cite you, boss man. Continue, sir.
yeah, legally, they know what they're. You see how Falana did not show up in court for VDM.
Mm-hmm.
People are people are castigating Falana, but they don't know it's a legal move. It's a legal move. Number one, let me say, if Falana showed up for VDM yesterday or day for yesterday, the Rattel family had all their gangs out there. They could have been mobbed. So there are some legal maneuvers that those who know the law they use. And for us in public, like I told my lawyer yesterday, I said, do you understand that there is a public law that supersedes the law of the book, the law of the land? So when the public takes the law of the public and execute it, it supersedes the law in the book. Now, for the law of the book to push back, they'll have to use police, maybe military. And when they even do that, they still go against the law of the public because what the public perceives and the public executes becomes the order of the day. The law will only win in the book. Falana not showing up was a calculated move. The public does not understand this. They are abusing Falana. Falana may have, just for the sake of the mob alone, not showed up. And they have good reasons not to show up because you had thousands of VDM fans out there. Just like what happened at the inquest. When Yomi took people opposite the courthouse to protest, we never had any incidents all the times we've been going attending inquest. But when Yomi took his protest in front of the...
I'm waiting for a comment from you so I can block you. I didn't know I didn't block you earlier today. I thought I blocked you, but it looks like I only muted you. I'm waiting for a comment from you so I can block you. Go ahead, sir. Sorry about that.
So like I was saying, when Yomi took the crowd to the front of the courthouse, and he would tell you opposite, whatever technical way he wants to put it, the vicinity of the courthouse, that was when people tried to mob Mama Mohbad. That was when they tried to mob Spending and the rest of them, and they broke the glasses of two people's car. So Falana not showing up is a tactical move. Now the public, the VDM crowd has played their card. They played their card. Now Falana knows there's a potential for the mob to come out there and lynch or cause mayhem. So when you play chess, you have to know how to draw your opponents out to see what they are planning. You know, some people are blaming me when we postponed the event. But if we did not postpone the event, it would have been a disastrous situation because these people were calculative that they got the order on the 12th, which was the original date of the event, and we would have been doing our tribute to Mohbad, having fun and crying and mourning Mohbad, and you would have their police and their team. People from South Africa, from Tanzania, Sierra Leone would have been arrested or would have been shot down. So when you play with these people, like I was on Paprano yesterday and he was telling me, you're not fighting back. My brother, I didn't come to fight anybody in justice for Mohbad. Even the government, I did not come to fight in justice for Mohbad. I'm not fighting the government. I'm looking for answers and I'm creating awareness to these bad things happening in my country. That doesn't mean I have to fight anybody. You know, you don't have to fight anybody to create awareness, to raise consciousness, to change the narrative from bad to good. You don't have to fight anybody. But of course, those who want to fight you, they will fight you because when you create awareness or you do what you're doing, it diminishes their own potential or their selfish projects.
Right.
So they would want to fight you by maligning, abusing you, doing whatever they know how to do. But when it gets to where they cross the law, you use the law to fight back. Just like I told Paprano yesterday, Anna Sukwo deliberately put $1 with another lady called Esther Ama. And I'm trying to find who that lady is, Esther Ama. They both deliberately put $1 each into my PayPal account. They print the receipt. They now use it as an affidavit to go into High Court of Nigeria to lie that African TV was soliciting money for tribute to Mohbad. Supreme, you and I, we've been on this journey from day one. Have you heard me anywhere asking for money, for justice for Mohbad, for tribute to Mohbad? The answer is no. But they deliberately put money in my account, print the receipt, swore an affidavit into High Court saying that African TV was doing tribute to Mohbad so he can make money, and that they donated towards that cause, towards tribute to Mohbad, which is a big lie. So for me, like I told Paprano last night, there is a time for everything. Anna Sukwo, the law is coming after you for making such a falsification to the High Court of Nigeria. I don't care if you live in Russia or Venus or Jupiter. As long as the law of fraud exists in the territory where you live and in Nigeria, $1 it go put somebody for jail. That lie. So I choose my battle. I don't fight because you're fighting me. I choose the battle that I want to get engaged in. And that is the case here. We want to see the law on tribute to Mohbad, what it says. People also saying, oh, why you don't sue Baba Mohbad for breach of contract, breach of this? My brother, I didn't come to fight people injustice for Mohbad. I'm looking for my country to change, where I can retire and enjoy the green grass of home. Thank you. But having said that, those who cross the legal threshold, they will be dealt with legally if I feel the battle is worth it. You know how many people, if I want to fight every fire that they throw at me, I would be a madman. Too many enemies, plenty enemies where they follow me. My me, even in my dying days. Gbogbo Jakoni Omanja, you pick your battle and you know the ones you think you can win that are worth it. And the battles will start after tomorrow. Let's see what the law says. If the law is in our favor, then, like I said, tribute to Mohbad and Bamishe will be a combination. It will be a blast. Bamishe's birthday is on the 30th of this month. We are visiting the family. We are planning big things for Bamishe, and it will be unveiled, on the 30th of this month, less than 2 weeks. And hopefully the tribute of both of them under Lagos State, justice under Lagos State, the tribute will come, and hopefully the world will come to realize what's happening in Lagos State.
Yeah.
So we're on track.
Many.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, and these killings, the killings of young ones, and they becoming too many in Lagos State with no justice, no headway.
That's the question on the table, and that's what we're going to make noise about. After tomorrow, after we visit Bamishe family, we're going to loud it. That bus, that Bamishe bus will be a museum. It will be a memorial bus. That bus must not operate the streets of Lagos. The bus of murder, it will be in a museum, guaranteed, as long as I live. We're going to make sure that Bamishe's face is used as a public road safety awareness. When you enter Korope, you are afraid. You enter bus, Lagos State bus, you are afraid. Do you know the case of Bamishe? We have 3 cases on Bamishe from the same bus driver. Imagine if we know 3, how many we don't know about?
The same driver.
The same driver has 3 rape charges picking up people in the bus. So my sister cannot be safe in Lagos State Transit. My wife cannot be safe in Lagos State Transit. Your daughters are not safe in Lagos State Transit. People don't know what's going on. People really don't know. A lot of people just come up here and talk. This is what we know. What about the ones we don't know? How many times have you heard, oh, I don't enter one chance? That girl, Bamishe, God bless her soul. God bless that girl. Use the video the boss, did audio recording while facing danger. When you are under threat, knowing that your life is about to go, you're doing voice notes, sending it to your friend. How brave can you get? How much bravery do you want to give that girl? Lagos State need to recognize that Bamishe as the bravest woman that has walked the modern surface of Lagos. If she didn't do those audio, nobody would have known.
Nobody would have known anything.
Supreme don't knock out. Supreme don't go.
Yeah,
We're used to it.
Japa.
Supreme, let me tell you, one day I will record your snoring. Supreme, one day I will record your snoring and I will make it a ringtone. And we'll start selling it.
My snoring ó pọ̀ lórí Facebook.
Ó máa ṣe ringtone.
Just go there and take a copy. This one now to now like what is those of 1 minute.
Hey, God bless your soul, Supreme.
Thank you. You know, we just do this. I mean, we're not getting paid for it. We're not doing anything for it. So
God bless you. The stress is too much.
Aduke me today. Aduke, come up.
Tó bá fẹ́ lọ sùn, kò jẹ́ ká Dùkẹ́ kó bẹ́ẹ̀ handle live. You know, I don't play with my sleep. Tó bá fẹ́ lọ sùn, lọ sùn.
If somebody say, okay, you're now talking, Ọlọ́run fi orun kẹ́ mi. Ṣe ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún mi. If you buy stop sign, mo lè sùn sórí stop sign. Anyway, that's really.
The lady was talking before you started snoring. Let's hear her.
Okay, go for it. Mo bàjẹ́ ṣá àlejò dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ò ṣé yẹ kí n máa sùn àlejò ní ìjà rẹ ti dán onílé náà nìyẹn àti fà yín mọ́ra ẹ bá ti gbọ́ tí mo ti ń sàn mí pé you are welcome nìyẹn you are no longer àlejò.
Yes now.
So mo lè fi yín sílẹ̀ ṣeré lọ́lẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ̀yin náà ti dán onílé nìyẹn yẹn.
Mo fún Àdùkẹ́ ní permission kó handle tó bá máa sùn torí a lè tún máa gbọ́ ringtone any minute now.
Okay.
Kádùkẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ moderate.
Oh yeah, I moderate, sister Aduke. Oh yeah, go on. So tell me, they say you were speaking.
Yeah, we were talking about Bamishe, you know, the lady that was
African TV is the one in charge of Bamishe.
Yeah, he mentioned it. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn máa ṣe wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe posthumous birthday fún that the 30th or so is her birthday. So Mwani, these are too many killings, you know, in Lagos State of the young ones, and kò sí headway fún the court hearings or justice or whatever. Is that how it's going to be? I mean, when our daughters, even ourselves, you know, if we are not safe, government transportation system.
Government not even more unidentified on
not even downfall, not all these Korope boats and all that. Then I heard from him from African TV that the same driver is said to have committed like other crimes. The same driver, the same boss. So it's not Bamishe's case alone. So he was trying to explain, to enlighten me that yes, about 3 cases like that, the same driver. So he was telling us how they're going to use the bus, to Maje Museum.
I thought the bus is in service again.
nǹkan tá a fẹ́ stop nìyẹn, ó wà lára nǹkan tá a fẹ́ stop.
Okay,
The
because
boss
yeah,
is
boss
in
here she run.
oh, you
I
run,
don't
boss of
even think they
murder.
fired the guy.
The guy is in court. The guy is in custody. Allegedly is in custody, as far as we know.
The
allegedly
custody road, bó
custody
ṣe
bí
custody road
wọ́n ṣe
sí
gba hotel fún
Bobrisky.
Wọ́n gbé òun náà là ń sọ sórí pé wọ́n gbé wá sí court.
Nàìjíríà ní
Bọ̀bọ́
iṣẹ́
yẹn wá sí
ọlọ́run.
court. Ó ń wá sí court, but tó bá rí behaviour defence counsel, the behaviour of the defence counsel is suspicious, which makes us think otherwise pé ẹ sọ pé ẹ̀wọ̀n defence counsel gan ó ń bá family bá mi ṣe jà ní court premises tó fẹ́ nà wọ́n. I have the videos tí defence counsel tó ń bá family bereaved tó fẹ́ nà wọ́n nínú court house. Defence counsel tó bá wá sí court ó máa wá late, tó bá wá late òun ló máa tún ní kán tètè close pé òun fẹ́ lọ jẹun, mother in lòun ó dáná. They're just making a caricature of the legal system of Lagos State. It's a joke. It's a joke. Tẹ́ bá gbọ́ gbogbo story tó ń gùn nínú court, tẹ́ bá rí bí defence counsel bó ṣe ń fi court ṣeré, ẹ máa wò pé ṣé justice yìí ṣé a máa rí báyìí. Tó bá tẹ̀ ní wọ́n sentence bọ̀bọ́ yẹn sí life, a máa monitor live yẹn ká wo bí tó wà every day of that sentence.
wọ́n ti máa gba visa fún tó máa lọ ṣe life outside the country tó máa ti.
Do you know the bad mistake?
Is he working for some people?
God bless you supreme. Àwọn nǹkan tá a fẹ́ investigate nìyẹn.
That's something to unravel.
Àwọn nǹkan tá a fẹ́ investigate nìyẹn. Because the audacity of the defence counsel is suspicious. Then let me ẹjẹ já ẹ sí ìgbà tí bá mi ṣe tó ṣe fídíò tó ṣe audio recording yẹn ó sọ pé 3 other people enter the bus.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Now ìgbà tí wọ́n máa já òkú bá mi ṣe sílẹ̀ wọ́n ní SUV van kan ó tẹ̀lé wọn. Now àwọn tí wọ́n wa van yẹn àwọn mẹ́ta yẹn nu mọ́tò yẹn nu bọ́ọ̀sì yẹn títí dọ̀la they're not in the court. Nobody is fishing them out. Nobody is looking for them. Who are they? Ṣé rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò wá ṣe báwo ni ẹnìkan ọkùnrin kan tó ń wa mọ́tò báwo ló ṣe máa pa obìnrin tó gbọ́n tó ṣe fídíò tó ṣe ọ́díò ọkùnrin kan kò ń ṣe pé ó fìbọn ṣùtẹ̀ o. Báwo lọkùnrin kan ṣe pa obìnrin kan kò ń ṣe pé obìnrin dìdìrín o obìnrin tó já tó lè lo fídíò tó lè lo ọ́díò tó dẹ̀ ń contact family member under stress of being killed. Báwo lọkùnrin kan ṣe fẹ́ pa tó dẹ̀ wá já òkú ẹ̀ sí orí 3rd mainland bridge. It is highly kò wà possible kó jẹ́ pé bá mi ṣe ò bá jà tó jẹ́ pé nìkan ni. So it means if what I'm saying is true, it means there were other people. Why is Lagos State not producing the other people?
Mo fẹ́ bèrè question kan náà. Was Bámiṣé the only passenger that was picked up?
That's where we are now. Bámiṣé entered the bus and then a lady and 2 other men joined. Tí wọ́n wọnú bọ́ọ̀sì yẹn. Àwọn lady yẹn pẹ̀lú those other men ni àwa allege tá à ń suspect pé wọ́n lọ́wọ́ sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. So tó bá jẹ́ pé òótọ́ ni.
But at what point did they ever get off the bus? At what point did they get off the bus? Those other people.
That's what we don't know. That's the investigation we are doing. And let me tell you, I don't want to be sub judice because I spoke to the DPP. The same DPP no long handle KC Mohbad. And I can tell you the reaction when I touched on this topic. When I touched on this topic, the last court hearing, Tima Alo, I was not comfortable with. Shomo came at DPP, Kama Flow, 13 Sorrow. He was comfortable with me, everything was fine. And when we got to this topic, the cold shoulder that I received tells Shomo Thomas action speaks louder than voice. His action baffled me, and I'm still baffled. And for that reason, we are investigating further. We need Lagos State to produce the other people that entered that bus, to produce the SUV that was there when Bámiṣé's body was dropped off. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ investigation yìí, ó yí gùn gan. What's going on in Lagos State? This is short of just saying that bus was being used for several of this type of activity. If we leave it like that, you can conclusively say that boss of murder has engaged. Right now, we have 3 cases in court on one driver. Are you telling me that Lagos State BRT did not have provisions in place to supervise and monitor the routes and the movement of their buses? Are you saying they don't
And there
have
are no
cameras?
cameras in the buses?
Coincidentally, wọ́n sọ pé bọ́ọ̀sì ti bá mi ṣe wọ̀ kò sí kámẹ́rà ń bẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa wádìí ẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ la ń wádìí ẹ̀.
Coincidentally náà bí kámẹ́rà lè Mohbad ò ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ àbí níjọ́ yẹn.
Thank you. So gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń wá nìyẹn, and when people are looking for justice, they need to understand that you need to join forces together instead of fighting each other and maligning those who are truly looking for justice. We need to come together to unveil these issues for the benefit of our society. Ṣé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Bámiṣé ṣó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní New York? Ṣó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Europe? The buses are monitored. You have route supervisors who monitor when you reach every bus stop. Everything is timed. When you get to one
Stop
bus
it
stop,
now. Why will you be comparing that? When years back, my son left iPhone 3 plus, I mean 3 ni. I'm saying the iPhone, so you know how long ago. We got the iPhone. We got it because we knew when the people, everybody, when they dropped, we saw the camera, we saw everything. We went to the person's house, we collected the phone. In fact, I collected the phone with a box of cookies too, because we knew everything. We saw everything in the camera.
you see, that's where we are going.
Simple.
That's where we are going. We need to change our society for the better. No more time to waste. No time to waste on mediocrity for Nigeria. Lagos is the biggest commercial city in Africa. And once of me in the biggest commercial town in Africa, with the government transit system, with your modern buses, camera òṣìṣẹ́, wà láìtàláì, gbogbo bus Lagos State la máa audit. Gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa audit. Ibi tí wọ́n ti rà, manufacturer, supplier, àjọ tó ń gbé wá, nǹkan tó wà nínú ìgbà tó ń gbé wá, gbogbo ẹ̀ la fẹ́ wádìí ẹ̀. Torí all of a sudden now, that bus and its a brand kò wá ní camera.
And the girl did very well. Very well. Very well. She did very well. She was just texting everything and saying everything. Texting the family member. I don't even know at what point did her phone went off.
They were calling her now tí wọ́n gbọ́ tó ń pariwo tí ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń ṣe.
Yes.
Yeah, a gbọ́ tó ń pariwo tí kò lè gbé kọ́. Fóònù yẹn sìn fóònù ẹ̀ wọ́n track ẹ̀ sí ọ̀dọ̀ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn Andrew Nice. Wọ́n track fóònù ẹ̀ òun náà fi gẹ̀ẹ́tì bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn náà. The girl tó kù bá lè wá sáyé award tá a máa fún ọmọ yẹn.
You did very well.
So brave, so
I'm going
intelligent.
to come out one day and do some teachings on safety measures.
Nǹkan tá a fẹ́
If
ṣe
you're
nìyẹn
under that situation, your fingernails, try and kẹ́ fi ọwọ́ nǹkan náà yíya ẹnìyẹn lójú kẹ́ fi fà á láṣọ, so that the person's DNA will be under your fingerprinting, under your nails and stuff like that. Things you can do. I'm going to teach some of those defense mechanism in situations like that.
On Supreme, on the 30th, if you go live, we can link the family on your show to speak.
30th of this month?
Yes, we'll be at the family's house.
What time?
Time is not set yet. We're still gathering those that can attend. Our members are all over the world. So
let me know the timing. If I can work it out, then I will be able to. So I can have a PowerPoint,
Even members of the public, don't fẹ́ join don't wà ní Nigeria or in Lagos Axis. If you're in Lagos and you want to pay a visit to the family, DM me so we can give you address and time. Let's honor Bámiṣé for her bravery. There's another foundation that is working with us that will be there. So let's make it a very big birthday posthumous for Bamishe because her bravery. Ó yẹ kí every lady, every woman kan emulate nǹkan tí girl yìí tó ṣe. You know, coming from a Nigerian girl, you know. Kani abroad
Why
ní
did
tọ́
she request to pé ẹja mi bọ́lẹ̀, ó yẹ ẹja mi bọ́lẹ̀, ẹja mi kó pa pariwo? Why she was texting? Did she do any of those?
No, you know what they did to her was the other people entered. So she probably felt comfortable with the other passengers, not knowing that they were accomplices. Ṣó ti yẹ? So torí ọ̀rẹ́ tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn in that audio at one point ọ̀rẹ́ sọ pé jẹ́ kán gbé ilẹ̀ ní next bus stop. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé tó bá dé next bus stop òun máa bọ́lẹ̀. Then ó wá yá ló wá sọ pé àwọn kan tún ti wọlé. So àwọn tó ń wọlé ìgbà ọ̀nà
So you
bọ́lẹ̀.
listen to the audio.
My dear, I have it, but I can't play it now. I want to play
No.
it.
The case is already in
I
court.
have I listened to it. It's all over. It's on the social media all over.
I'll see if I can find it on social media. Otherwise,
Mo lè send ẹ̀ sí ẹ kí wọ́n play ẹ̀.
let's send the same me. I send
Mo
the
lè
same
send
me.
ẹ̀.
Can play. See.
No, ó wà níjọba fún òun mo wà ń pálọ̀ mi ò fẹ́ disturb inú ilé.
Okay. The man send the similar in. I'll play it later today Sunday, so we can use it as educative thing. Because, like you said, that girl was brave. I remember the case. Wow. And you would think that kind of a case would be a piece of cake.
The way the driver was looking at her, she was saying it that she was uncomfortable. Lọ́rẹ́ yẹn ní akíá ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ kíní kan ó ní tó bá rí bọ̀bọ́ yìí bó ṣe ń wò mí wò kíní kan ní ẹ wá ní ẹ ò dẹ̀ ní pé kó jẹ́ kó bọ́ sílẹ̀ ó ní ó ga o kíní kan ó ní ó ti dúró ó ní tó bá ti dé next kíní òun máa dúró gbàtọ́ yẹn ní àwọn mẹ́ta kan tó ti wọlé ìyẹn ní ọpẹ́ so kì í ṣèwọ nìkan mọ́ nìyẹn ìkíní kan pé kí ló ń bá ìlẹ́rù kí ló fẹ́ ṣe fún ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ tó fi rò pé ṣẹ́mọ̀ they were just gisting and ó dẹ̀ ń show fídíò tó ń fi gbogbo kíní yẹn tó fi ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn release ẹ̀ ó wà all over lórí social media.
ṣùgbọ́n pé ọ̀rẹ́ yẹn ó ti jápa nobody can find her ó ti jápa we are looking for her.
Why?
Because fear, intimidation, or mental, psychological depression. Even the family of Bamishe cannot find her. We're looking for her. Ó ti jápa.
Bóyá àwọn family náà ti ní kó má lọ pàdánù. Òun ló máa jẹ́ the witness.
Nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn pé fear so many factors, you know. Ẹni tó jẹ́ pé òun ló mọ mood tí Bamishe fi bá sọ̀rọ̀. Maybe the other things tí wọ́n sọ tí ìyàwó tẹ̀ tí get, you know, we're looking for her, you know. So Supreme, Timba send us here for today. What I would like you to do is encourage people to join the family on the 30th for the posthumous.
Of course.
Then let me tell you key points to note. It is already almost 1,000 days without justice. 1,000 days without justice for Bamishe. We want to create awareness. But who does that? Almost 3 years now. No justice for Bamishe. So we want the government to be called to order. Then the tribute to Bamishe on the 26th of February, we're hosting a tribute for Bamishe like we planned for Mohbad. And based on tomorrow's outcome, I'm thinking of combining both of them, you know, tribute to murder victims in Lagos State, you know, so that Baba Mohbad ò ní wá sùn mí pé Mohbad nìkan ni mò ń ṣe tribute fún. So I might combine a tribute to Bamishe and Mohbad and let Lagos State know that people are watching what's going on in Lagos State, you know. So, but that is yet to be approved by the board members. But let me tell you, 90% that's what's on the table. Combination of the tribute. But tomorrow we determine which angle we really follow. You know, Koti Adajoba so Loro Baba Mohbad, Lama Mobile Fed.
Okay, let me read something. I did not rape nor kill Bamishe, BRC driver, October 18, 2024. The bus rape transit driver Andrew Omonikoron, standing trial for allegedly raping and murdering 22-year-old fashion designer Oluwabamishe Ayanwole on Thursday, opened his defense. Ominikoron, she's pronounced that. Ominikoron,
Yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
testified in his defense before the Lagos State Court, before the Lagos State High Court in Tafa Balewa Square. That's where the case social elected by no one see Tafa Balewa
Yeah,
Square.
yeah, yeah.
Told the court that
We're going on the 28th of this month. Oh, for those who want to know, the next sitting is on the 28th of this month.
uh, told
Yeah,
the court that he did not rape nor kill Oluwabamiche. He testified that he became a bus captain of the BRT in September of 2021. The defense witnessed narrative to Justice Sherifat Shonaike that on February 26, 2022, he was on an afternoon shift which he resumed by 1 p.m. and his route was from Oshodi to Ajah. He said he made a round trip and went on the second trip back to Ajah, saying that it was already around 7 to 8 p.m. He said he couldn't continue working, but decided to illegally pick passengers while going back to Oshodi, a term he and his colleague call korope, kowope, abi korope. Okay, korope. The defendant is standing trial bordering on rape, conspiracy, felony, sexual assault, and murder brought against him by the Lagos state government. According to the charges, the incident occurred February 26, 2022, around 7 p.m. near the Conversation Center, Lekki Ajah Expressway. Another Lekki, oh, another Lekki, oh, another Lekki, oh. The prosecution alleged that Ominikoron forcibly had sexual intercourse with Oluwabamiche Sanwolu before murdering her. The alleged offenses, they said, contravened section 411, 223, 260, 165 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. On the last adjourned date, on June 24th, the trial was stalled due to the defendant's leg injury sustained in prison. An official from the Ikoyi Correctional Center informed the court that Ominikoron fell in the bathroom on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024, injuring his left leg, which caused his absence in court. At the resumed hearing of the case on Thursday, the Director of Public Prosecution, Dr. Babajide Martins, told the court that the case had been stalled since November last year and then told the court that the business of the day was for the defense to open its case. The judge therefore ordered the defense to open its case. Ominikoron, who was led by his defense witness by his counsel Abayomi Omotubora, told the court that he picked the late Bamiche at Chevron and 3 male passengers at Agungi. According to him, one of the male passengers was coming forward and he thought it was to pay him. Then the passenger threw something at his head and showed him a gun, asking him to cooperate. The defendant explained that when they picked up passenger illegally, they usually tell them to sit at the back so that officials of the BRT services on monitoring will not see them in the bus and sanction the drivers. He said he followed the instruction of the man who asked him to divert his route and told him to put his vehicle on neutral. The defendant further explained that the light inside the bus was on, but it was the dim light since he was avoiding being caught for picking passengers. He said the light that was on was enough for those in the bus to see, but wasn't bright enough for those outside to see the bus. Omotumbora then called for the audio recording of Bamishe, which was played in the open court. He then asked Omonikoron if he was aware that the late Bamishe was recording or sending voice notes, and he said he wasn't. That the first time he heard it was when it was played to him at the Panti police station after he had made his statement, but he did not understand it because of the language barrier. The defendant told the court that he didn't know the three men he picked up at Agungi, as he had never seen them before and would not be able to identify them. He said that in Panti he was severely tortured, and the police asked him to just agree with anything they say. That is the end. No, that's not the end. Ominikoron said, I was brought out and questioned every 15 to 20 minutes, and they continually took my statement. I could not write my statement due to the torture. So the 2 to the 3 people questioned me while the writer sat in front and wrote down my response. Omotumba then asked for Exhibit 10A, 10B, 11, and 12. Exhibit 10 was one of his previous statements that was read. In the statement, he said she sat behind him and he was telling her that he liked her, but later asked her to go to the back to avoid the LSBS officer from arresting him, and she went to the second row to the last seat. He said this happened before he picked the 3 men. Ominikoron said that at the Osborne area, one of the guys pointed a gun at him and diverted him. He added that when they stopped, Bamishe was screaming for help while she was being dragged, but he couldn't help because a gun was pointed at him. Ominikoron said later, the men came down from the bus, then he went to the back to look for her, but when he couldn't find her, saying that he went back to his seat and drove off until he parked his bus at the toll gates, Gate 7 up terminal. He said he went home and was home throughout the next day, being Sunday, adding that on his way to work on Monday, still in shock, he was called to get to Oshodi. He said on getting there, he heard that one of his passengers was missing. Omicron told the court that he later called one of his friends, Mr. Hope, and told him he had a problem with his landlord and in his office, so he needed to discuss with him. I don't understand, Benyel. Okay. He said he went to Ogun State to meet his friends and told him he wanted to stay there for a while. When asked if he slept with anyone on his bus, he said he didn't do that, and that the male passengers raped Bamishe and dragged her out. He said He said he was shocked, so he couldn't tell anyone what happened while explaining what happened on Monday. While still on my way to work, I was called to the head office in Oshodi to meet with Mr. Ola. On getting there, I was told not to drive out but wait. Then some of my colleagues were now saying that I did korope, Korokpe, korope. So some of my colleagues were now,
Kówópé.
this is not kowo, koro, Korokpe, korope. Maybe it was a typo error, but they said korope.
Yeah, kówópé it's an illegal method of trying to make extra money.
Extra change in your pockets unofficially. So then some of my colleagues were now saying that I did korope after saying I didn't do that. They now said one of my passengers is missing. After hearing this, I now found a way to leave the depot because I was afraid that the rumor had got to the office, and I remember that my MD had continually told us that he could not use 1 million to chase someone even if it was 100 naira. So I ran away because picking people illegally is equal to stealing, he said. When asked if I knew a certain Mary Jane or raped her on November 25, 2021, he said he knew her but did not rape her. He said though they were in a relationship, he had never been intimate with her. He claimed that the last time they met, he sent her 3,000 naira for her sick child and started avoiding her because she was always demanding money from him any time they met. After giving her the money on that day, I avoided and didn't pick her calls. So, So I don't understand nor know where she got her ideas from, he said. He was also asked if he attempted to rape Dr. name withheld and exchange phone number on December 29, 2023 in Ikorodu. He denied knowing her nor going to Ikorodu on that day. However, the case was adjourned till October 21, 2024 for the continuation of the defendant's examination in chief. And that is the end of the story. So these two people I listed now are the extra cases, right?
Yeah, then let me take you down what's going on. Thank you for reading that. What is that publication? The journalist did a very good job. What's the publication you just read?
What do you mean? What is the publication? The title?
No, yeah, the title and the source.
Punch.
Where are you reading?
Punch.
Okay.
I
What
did
is the
not
heading?
rape nor kill Bamishe, BRC driver.
This writer has done a very good job. Now, what I want the public to be aware of, Supreme, you can see that this guy, Andrew Nice Omnicron, he claims somebody puts a gun to his head out of the 3 people that entered the bus. He claims they put a gun to him, and the next thing we are hearing from what you read is that they raped Bamishe. He did not rape her. Okay. Now, if 3 people enter your bus, rape your passenger, and drop your passenger on Third Mainland Bridge, you now, because they put a gun, they did not kill your passenger with a gun. Let's put that point there. They showed you a gun, but they did not kill your passenger with a gun. Your passenger ended up dead. People don't die from rape. Okay, if three people raped her, the Lagos State is yet to show us the toxicology, the sample, the semen, what was found in her vagina. They are yet to produce that, saying it correlates to three unknown men. We don't have that yet. They are yet to tell us that it correlates to Andrew, the bus driver that was held at the gunpoint. So you can see one mystery box that
Yeah.
we need to unravel. Now, you driver, three people raped a woman in your bus, killed her, dumped her on the Third Mainland Bridge. You now drove from that place. You went to your station and parked your bus. How many police stations did you pass from the point where the criminals left your vehicle? How many police stations from that point to Oshodi where you parked your bus? You did not go to police to say, Egba mi o, I just witnessed a gun in my head o. For the first time, I see what a gun looks like, and it was on my head, and they killed a woman, and they raped a woman. You did not report to any police station between that point to your station. You now parked your vehicle, your bus, jejely, calmly at your station. You now went home. Is that normal? Now you got home, you slept yafun yafun, as if no human life has been lost, as if no gun has been on your head, as if no unusual incident today. Normally, as a bus driver, you're supposed to report any unusual incident.
Exactly.
You did not do that. Then you came to work bodaciously, or they called you to work and you ran away. So you can see that there is a big vacuum in his story. When they even called him to work, he appeared to work and he ran away. He ran away after he discovered that he was being told to report to the manager or something like that. So Andrew, for us, is going to some life sentence. His story does not jive, does not fly, will never fly. But our problem is this: the foundation and people fighting for Bamishe should focus on who are the other people who put a gun on Andrew, or who entered that bus with Andrew. Where is the camera recording of those people? What is the Lagos State doing on those other people? Because eyewitnesses confirmed that when Bamishe's body was dropped, they saw SUV van or vehicle. Who drove that SUV? Is this a cultist? Is this a ritual? Is Lagos State BRT involved? You see, people like to take things for granted. Andrew alone, without a gun, and look, listen, Bamishe was not killed by a gun. So you know, killing by a gun is easy because they just shoot one bullet, you don't go. Bamishe, from what we know, would have fought one man, even two men. And if you listen to one of those recordings, they heard dragging when her friend was calling her back. So that girl was a fighter who would not go down easily just like that. So definitely it was not a one-man show. But what Lagos State is doing is Lagos State has not and is not showing us any attempt to produce the other suspects. And you know, Lagos State BRT, if I understand it correctly, they're supposed to have supervisors on the routes that monitors the route of every bus. So how does your bus go out of route to go and pick up illegal shift? What Andrew is trying to do, if you guys don't understand what you read, Andrew is trying to protect Lagos State, claiming that he was doing illegal shift. You are not doing illegal shift because you're on duty. You have access to the bus. You had authority and command of that bus. And as long as you had authority and command of that boss, there is a civil liability suit coming against Lagos State. And this is what this boy is trying to protect. For those who don't understand what I'm saying, he's trying to shield BRT from civil liability by pretending that he was on illegal duty. Because if you're on illegal duty,
I don't think so. If you look at what I read, he told us we have to see how many hours shift does he run, because he said he started at 1 p.m. and the Bamishe case was around 7 to 8 p.m. in the evening. So how many hours does his shift runs for? Very simple mathematics. If shift runs for 7 hours, then it was off duty. If he runs for 8 hours, he was still on duty, but he was putting money in his pocket instead of making money for the state.
Supreme, let me explain this to you.
Yes.
This is a legal position, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but let's go this way. In a civil liability, the BRT can be exonerated if they can prove that the driver did it on his own. He was not officially on duty. If the driver took the vehicle on his own and committed any crime, then the crime is on the driver alone.
Well, I differ, because if he did it in the official vehicle of the state, then you will sue the state and the driver together. Two respondents.
Thank you. You see, you know, what you just said. But the way the law works, like I say to people, we come to social media, we say a lot of legal things, but one word in law, one language can change what you think is right. What I'm trying to show the public right now, and this is for educational purpose, the civil liability against BRT or Lagos State can be shielded if Lagos State and Andrew take the position that he was illegally operating when the crime was committed. And that is where my problem lies, because Andrew emphatically, bodaciously is saying he was doing illegal duty. He said, if you go back to what you read.
He was on Shekona Korope. He was
we're saying the same thing. My dear, we're saying the same thing. Hold on, slow down.
He was not off duty.
No, he was off duty. He's saying he was off duty. He's claiming to be off duty, meaning he's protecting his employer from civil liability.
This is not. I've closed it. Okay.
Sorry, but I was in court.
Let's find it again.
My dear, I was in court, and I can tell you what you're reading. A lot of people, only lawyers can understand what I'm trying to explain to you now. He's trying to protect his employer, taking all the blame of illegality upon himself. He's trying to shield.
Okay, it's very easy. It's very explicit here. He said, the defense witness narrated to Justice Sherifat Tronaike that on February 26, 2022, he was on afternoon shift. Take that word. Now, question number 1. What time does your afternoon shift run from? That's simple question. So afternoon shift is from how many hours? Is afternoon shift from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.? We just need to ask them, what time does the Lagos State afternoon BRT run from? Simple. So if it is 8 hours, and he said, which the next statement is, he resumed at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's supposed to get off at 9 p.m. And the incidents happened around 7 to 8 p.m. So he was not off duty. Simple.
Supreme, slow down, my dear. I like your reasoning, but I think you maybe have to read the whole thing. What you read, this publication, and what I know in court, Andrew is telling the court that he did illegal job, which is
I'm not
co-work.
saying he did not. I agree
Okay,
with you, and he also specified that here that he was doing korope. That means instead of working for the government on that during his shift hours, instead of working for the government, he diverted. Kò ṣe shift your government.
God bless you.
Ó lọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀. But
Supreme,
that
Supreme, oya
does
máa
not
gbọ́.
mean that does not mean it was off duty. He was not
So
off
Supreme,
duty.
no, Supreme, you are working for us now. You are in the position of prosecution, your language. But what I'm trying to show the public, your listeners, this man is deliberately claiming that he did illegal job. And by him deliberately claiming that he did illegal job, he's trying to cover up his employer. You
I
are trying to
understand what you are saying, and I understand that is the defense you want to go through. But what I'm saying that me as a prosecuting lawyer, I'm not going to take it. And for the government, like we said, to actually leave room for such illegal transit to occur during official hours, no cameras, no nothing. What would he have told the people? He will have told the government, or what? Because from Oshodi to Aja, you will have passengers. I don't know how they pay in BRT because me ò worry. I don't know, maybe they pay through machine and stuff like that. So you cannot isolate me. Okay, I'm supposed to be running Aja to Oshodi officially, but now, but I derailed the bus. I took the bus to another route. Then I started doing Sango to Agege because I was doing illegal stuff. Even for them and for that bus not to have camera and be monitored, okay, that is a liability on the state already. Regardless of the defense disposition the guy is trying to take, you can poke hole into it. You can bust it. Cha 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 cha. You bust it. He's a criminal. He wants to defend himself. He can come with any defense mechanism. The onus is on the prosecuting lawyers or counsel to bring out. I mean, this is a reported something. Whatever goes on in the court might be different. You are more privy to that. But what I'm saying is, according to this piece we just read, he cannot escape it now, and Lagos State cannot escape it.
Thank you. You see, I'm glad you're taking the position you are on, but I want you to understand that in law, there is a provision for the employer to escape if they can prove that the employee operated on his own. And that is what they are trying to give us now. He's trying to give us that he operated on his own so that the civil liability will not fall on the BRT and Lagos State. And this gives me reason to wonder if this is a compromise or coercion with Andrew, if Lagos State knew what Andrew was doing. Because why would you be trying so hard to shield your employer? You are going to jail for life. You're going to probably end up on firing squad or by hanging. Why are you trying to protect your employer? So that the family of Bamishe will not get their civil liability suit. This is where I'm doubting Andrew's statement. Because no criminal will just say, oh yes, I committed the crime after hours. I was doing it after hours. You know, he's saying he did not rape Bamishe. He's saying he did not kill Bamishe. But he's confessing that.
Have they submitted the rape kit? I think you told me today that no.
They haven't. We're looking for that. They said they took it abroad like Mohbad case. The toxicology result.
Somalia,
the same DPP lower in charge. Bamishe's family is
up, man.
The family is crying because they took a sample of her vagina to determine rape. Till today, we don't have that result.
Is she married?
Babishe has been buried long now. Babishe has been buried. But you know what's funny, my dear, is that till today, the defense is actually closed. Last sitting when we went, I don't even remember the day that I was in court, but I think last month or so.
Now, October, I read
October,
it now.
yeah, that day, the defense still sit, but defense counsel Wani Onwufe bring 2 more witnesses. The defense counsel wants to bring 2 more witnesses. He has not subpoenaed them. He has not gone to the judge to request a subpoena to give a reason why he needs to bring 2 more people. As far as questioning, cross-examining Andrew, the case has rested. All the testimony they need from Andrew so far, they've gotten it, as far as I know. Now the defense now says he wants to bring 2 more people. Who are these people? We don't know. Why? We don't know. It was not discussed in court because the same defense has a way of controlling the court, making a caricature, a mockery of the Lagos State High Court. This is the guy who comes to court late and pushes the court to close early, saying he wants to go and eat amala. His mother-in-law cooked for him.
Who is that? Who is that? The defense?
The defense don't run court here, my dear. From the stories I've heard, from the stories I've heard, and what I witnessed myself, let me tell you, this is my story.
Wait, African TV. Let me. You hold on. You are going too fast and you are talking too much. How come a defense lawyer is the one running the court?
That is the big elephant question. When I say running
now,
the court,
the defense lawyer, you are talking about omnicoron
lawyer. Yes.
I mean, what about the state lawyers, the prosecuting lawyers?
The same prosecuting lawyer, Lonsheti Mobad. The prosecuting lawyer, let me credit to the prosecuting lawyer. My witness in the court when I went there, he fought hard. They went head to head, back to back. He did very good for Bamishe. I give him 99% for what he did. But this is what you need to understand. Let's put this in perspective. Lagos State lawyer, prosecuting lawyer works for Lagos State. The judge
You don't know that.
Okay, the judge works for Lagos State. The defense is defending Andrew, who is an employee of Lagos State.
Otito, that was my question. Otito, that's finished. But that's supposed to be conflict of interest, though.
No, it's not a conflict of interest because Andrew
judge is Lagos State, prosecuting is Lagos State, defense is Lagos State, justice is not prosecuting working for Lagos State is not going to ever give justice against his own employer.
God bless you, Supreme. This is why.
This is exactly what we are saying about Shitu working for Lagos State.
This is why independent bodies are needed in this case to shed light on any mago.
Yẹn ti lọ kò sọ̀rọ̀ nínú yẹn wọ́n máa dájú gbogbo ẹ̀rú náà. And the family do not have their own private lawyers.
Our lawyer is there, but we're only.
I mean, you guys just got into the case. You did not get.
Even at that, we're only watching brief. And like I said, I give the defense 99% because some of the questions that I proposed to the prosecuting lawyer, he asked those questions, and those questions.
Why is your foundation not functioning as other foundation? Hold on for this question before you answer. Because Smith and Bankole, they want to do cross-examination. They want to get into it. They want to get into the case. Did your foundation submit documentation to actually be able to examine and cross-examine?
Okay, very good question. This is an academic question in law. My little basic knowledge of law. You ask this question because of inquest. Inquest is different from trial. Bamishe's case is at trial. We are already in trial. When Mohbad case get to trial, Bankole and Smith will only be watching brief. They cannot be the prosecuting attorney. This is a state
They are not
issue.
going to be, but
No, hold on, my dear. Let me clarify my answers, please. Your question is very educational for the listeners and for us. In the inquest, Bankola and Smith, anybody, even you and I can walk in there and ask questions according to the rules of the inquest. Inquest is different from trial. Bamishe's case is a trial. My lawyers in Bamishe's case are only watching brief. Watching brief means observing, representing the family, representing the public, and making recommendations and suggestions to the prosecutor, which is the state, Lagos State. In other words, if Lagos State is doing any mago, our lawyers are to say, Lagos State, abeg, stop what you're doing, follow this side, look this side. Now, when Lagos State does not follow their instruction, and they know that their instruction is par with the law, they can now file a motion against the prosecutor or even the defense. We are the watchdog. We are watching the proceedings and we are making recommendations at law.
Why did they not use a fiat?
A fiat was already denied for Bamishe even before we got into it. The Bamishe family, in their own wisdom and as smart as they are, they were already ahead of this whole game. They filed a fiat. Look, my dear lady, fiat is good, but everything comes back to the Lagos State. Lagos State, when you file a fiat, it goes to the Attorney General's office. The Attorney General works for the Lagos State. They can deny you and give you any reason why they are denying you. When they know that you're trying to corner them, they will give you a reason for denial. They denied the Bamishe family fiat. So we don't need to file another fiat because we know they've already been denied. We know we are fighting Lagos State. The case here is Lagos State, period. The BRT is Lagos State. So we now have to work methodically to make sure that we do everything at law, so that when they do us ojoro, we know how to laud it that Lagos State is doing ojoro. Let me tell you, Bamishe's case, I know they will get a conviction. But is that conviction enough? To me, the answer is no. The reason my answer is no is because there are other people involved that needs to be fished out. Who sent them? How long they've been doing this? Why is Lagos State property being used as a murder boss? That is my interest. And a recommendation to Bamishe for being a brave young lady so that she can be used. My goal is to help Bamishe to be the face of Lagos State public safety. That is what I'm in this for. For Bamishe, her bravery, her family to be recommended for their bravery, not giving up, not collecting money, not going around begging like other people that we know. That family
Which
is
other people do we know? Like the Joe Bad?
like the Joe Bad, of course, definitely. You know, I mean, this case came up before Joe Bad case, and this case, the integrity of the case is intact. The only thing missing, the other people involved, those people that entered the bus. Lagos State is not fishing them out. Lagos State is not talking about them. That's number one. Number two, the civil liability of this case against Lagos State. You see, when we begin to push civil liability for negligence, for crimes, our society will get better. Because
you know what though? Hold on. You're talking. You jumping and go. You have to finish this legal case before you now put a civil case against the Lagos State. You cannot conjoin it together.
Yeah, but that's not the issue, Supreme. All I'm saying is this: there should be punitive measure for negligence. If you breach, you face the consequence.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not going to come automatically. You're going to do this suit. For example, if Mohbad cannot get criminal justice, the father could have been able to sue Wunmi individually and for negligence and as a civil lawsuit. The same way when they could not do O.J. Simpson case, the family sued O.J. Simpson civilly. And they got 70 million.
Thank you. God bless you. Now, this is what you see, Supreme. You are in New York, you're in America. I'm currently in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have what you call pushover. Okay? Families are intimidated. Families are told, hey, Lebajobaja, you cannot fight the government. So families give up their civil liability rights because of intimidation and lack of knowledge. We, as a foundation, need to begin to hold corporations and government accountable for breaches. That is where we are going. We need to hold this family, let them get their civil liability against BRT and Lagos State. But what is happening is Lagos State they have a method, a way of, like the Sylvester case, which Falana handled. Where did he end? Till today, nobody knows. There's a current trending case, maybe you don't know. A boy was killed or died in a school because the school gave him corporal punishment. Do you know what? They've gone to the family and told the family, oh, you're not going to fight against the government. These people are big. You can't do anything. Just let it go. The SOJ case in Ibadan, we're facing the same challenge. We're defending the SOJ case in Ibadan, and it is almost like pulling teeth, telling the family, let us go this legal route, because the government is going to tell them, Egba 500,000, Egba 1 million, Lebajobaja, ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀, Egba fọlọ́run. Why? Because they don't want to face the civil liability. And when you begin to make them face the civil liability, they will learn to train their workers better. They will learn to be cautious. They will learn to be careful. They will give their workers the best training to make sure that this type of things don't happen. Their supervisors who were supposed to monitor Bamishe's boss, where were they on that day when the so-called driver started the legal job? The driver has a supervisor, the supervisor has a manager, the manager has a director. Where were all these people when the boss decided to rape 3 women? That's what we know. Did this guy rape 10 women or 50 women? No. We only know of these 3 because Bamishe was bold enough to do the video, the audio. So we need to begin to hold our society accountable to civil liability for whatever. If you breach, you pay for it. You don't go behind and tell the family you can't fight the government. The government is bigger and stronger than you. Just accept it.
That's
God
bullshit.
give it.
That's bullshit.
God give it. God give it. God take it. Like the Jobads.
That's bullshit.
God give it. God take it. But that's what's happening in our society, Omo. That's what's happening.
Well, you know what? I know so, but when you know your rights, you actually will get justice somehow. Because that lady they killed at Ajah roundabout, she got justice.
She's a lawyer.
So
She's a lawyer.
Hold on. It does not matter. The difference is, what has that got to do with the fact that she got justice? Because she's a lawyer, that's why they give her justice.
Supreme, calm down, baby girl.
Hold on. She got justice because the family and the people surrounding her, they were knowledgeable and they know their rights. One thing is for you to know your rights.
Supreme, read your comment. Read the comment section quick. Your answer is in the comment section now.
NBA as a body stood for her. Exactly. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm trying to say. Because NBA as a body stood for her because they know their rights. Okay, like this Bamishe case, if NBA had stood for her, people that know their rights, people that okay, for example, that like this new case I have on my table now that happened last month, right there at Lekki 2. The family went to the hospital, carried the body. They said, lawsuit? No, they are not doing autopsy at lawsuit. Where Mohbad did autopsy and it was inconclusive. They took the body straight to military hospital on Friday. This past Friday on the 13th. I'll be 14th. I'll be 13th, then the day to Friday. They took it there themselves. And the woman was like, I noticed rigor mortis. I noticed this eye. I noticed patriarchy. I noticed this. Because they are knowledgeable already, as of Friday the 13th, they have put in a petition against the wife. Similar case like Mohbad's case. You see, when you know your rights, don't get me wrong. I know the system failure and it's everywhere in the world. To the degrees are just different. You have to untwist the hands of the government. And look at this Timothy's case. In a way, they got justice. Untified Daru, we know that, but at least people came, they fought for their rights. Nobody can fight the government. People do get justice. Some people do get justice. Paparano have a case of Omoba that was convicted. So people do get justice, but unfortunately, when people are not enlightened, I'm not using the word poor, when they are not enlightened about their rights, they get cheated. They get cheated. And when they don't do, for example, Mohbad's case, they cannot say that the government, the Baba Mohbad, anywhere, it's a matter of where government in for one justice, I'm going to attack them. I'm going to be an antagonist to that statement because they themselves did not do the right thing. They didn't say, government only for any justice. You need to know your rights. You need to fight for your rights. Nobody will, even in the same country, do you think they wanted to give George Floyd justice? They already said George Floyd will say, hey, Jelly, lo symbol na is kiniko. Is it the only one? Trayvon did not get justice. We are in the United States. Trayvon only had a prisons lower now. And it was gone down because the police or the security guy thought pay Iboni, but it was potato chips. Presus or whatever. He never got justice. They sued civilly and they got some money, but he never got any criminal justice. Okay? So what I'm saying is that everywhere, no, but you really need to, what did Tinubu say? He said power is not served a la carte. Justice is not served a la carte. Even in the best country in the world, justice is not served a la carte. You fight for justice. You fight for it. Look at when Baba went to Arise. They said, have you sued anybody? Host, moderate, please. Why? Where are you going? Moderate what? Have you sued anybody? You have not sued anybody. You are crying, woof, woof. Oh, for injustice. Oh, for injustice, we're supposed to be doing independent autopsy while that was going. You didn't get it done. So that, for example, you really see. For example, assuming this girl, this lady, Bamishaye's family, which I love that lady so much when she came to my platform that day, assuming I am their sister or someone like Papariano is in the family, why the state got the rape kits? Me, our family, we will do our own rape kits too. And we will get the semen from the man to ensure, okay, she semen not really sister me or not. It's just being enlightened and educated and all of these things. It's not because they got states, not by justice. We cannot just assume that there are steps you take to get justice. Martin Luther King, he died. Abraham Lincoln, some of these people, in the quest for justice, they lose their lives because justice is something you fight for. It's not just going to be delivered to you free of charge because the country, the system of the country is good. Even in the best country in the world, you still fight for justice. You fight for justice. You just don't get justice free of charge. Tinubu said it. He said power is not served. This last election, power is not served a la carte. You fight for it. You grab it, you run with it. That's what he said. Obi
Supreme,
was
Supreme.
thinking, okay, if I campaign and I win, go ahead.
I'm surprised you're going towards Obi. Let me start with Obi. Me, I'm angry with Obi because I personally told him one on one. I said, Obi, you have the popular support. What are you doing against fraud? And his reply to me was, actually, it's in one of my videos in my DM. If you go to my video, one of the the beginning of my videos, you will see me and Obi when I interviewed him. And I asked him, I said, Obi.
On TikTok?
Yeah, on TikTok. If you go to my DM, check my videos, maybe in the first 10 or 20 videos, you see my interview with Obi. And I asked him, I said, what are you doing to protect the integrity of the ballot? And Obi said to me, I don't have to worry about that. PDP also has to worry, everybody else has to worry. Until tomorrow, that's my grievance with him, because if you know you're dealing with a thief is coming to your house, you're supposed to protect your house. Obi did not do anything to protect the ballots, not that I know of. He came in because he had popular support, but Ojoro will always overrun the truth. When people, you see, wicked people, they sit down, they plan, and they execute. Good people, we just do. We just come out, we talk good, we look good, we wish well. When the wicked is actually planning how to pull your goodness down, that's what happened to Obi. Case closed. Back to Bamishe. We're saying the same thing, my dear lady. What I want the public to know about Bamishe now is that we need to fish out the other people in the bus. We need to identify all the BRT buses with camera, without camera, when they came in with and without camera. Why is Lagos State not looking for the other people that came into the bus? And we need to continue to remember Bamishe as a legend, a symbol of public road safety. All women should learn from Bamishe. Carry your taser gun, carry your, wetin they call that, pepper spray, because if Bamishe did not do what she did, we would never have known this truth. And how many people has Andrew raped or killed? And everybody asked Lagos State, where is the DNA result? The kits, the rape kits. Yeah, the toxicology result on Bamishe's case. Where is it? Where is the camera on Bamishe's case? Please, brothers and sisters, on the 30th, we're visiting Bamishe family. If you DM me and you want to pay a condolence to the family so that we can kickstart this awareness for public road safety, I will appreciate it. We're using Bamishe as a face of public road safety. In Nigeria, my brothers and sisters, people disappear in buses. If you don't know this, know it now. 10 of you can enter Danfo. You're going from Lagos to Ibadan, and 10 of you never arrive. That is the country we live in. Now imagine in a public bus operated by the government of Lagos State, 3 cases of rape. 3 cases of rape from one bus driver is in court. That's the 3 cases that we know. How many is going on that we don't know? And Nigeria and Lagos is a place where people disappear every day. This Andrew, in the case of Bamishe, we have 3 cases in trial on him alone. Is he the only one? Are there other drivers? And what is the Lagos State government doing to protect and give Lagosians peace of mind? When my mother says she's coming to visit me from Lekki, should I be afraid? When your daughter, your sister enters a bus, should they be afraid? These are the questions that we want your consciousness to key into. This thing has been going on for long. It is time for us to stop it. Please join us, African TV, our foundation. We're going to be there on the 30th with the family of Bamishe, and we're going to unveil some of our strategies for public road safety, using Bamishe as the face of Lagos State public road safety. You know, in Nigeria, they say, I don't enter one chance. Why should that be the case? I don't enter one chance for my country. I dey go look for work. I'm afraid I may not come back. Your daughter goes to look for admission. You are afraid if she's coming back. Is that the country we are building? Please join us on the 30th in the Bamishe's residence. If you can come, I'm inviting you personally. DM me. If you know you can attend in Lagos, DM me so that we can loud it. We can loud it. How can human beings be afraid to travel in their own city? In your own city, Lagos State. We know of 3 cases.
Ó lágbára.
We are afraid. So please join us. So that's what I'm asking the people to do. Thank you, Supreme.